they gave me an EKG, and when they gave me an EKG, they said my heartbeat is irregular. I was stuck with like, I might not be able to play football anymore.
Benny, what episode is this?
38.
Episode 38 of the Real Talk Podcast. It's your host, Joey.
And Thomas.
And Tate. And if you like what you hear, if you like what you're hearing, please like, subscribe, and comment down below.
Yes, sir.
Tate's gone.
How you been, my guy?
Good, dude. As of now, we should be settled into our new office by the time this comes out.
We announced that already, right?
We announced it on the last episode.
Yeah.
So if you're in Somerville, come check out our new spot. We got walk-in headshots. We got product shots. We got podcast studios.
We're doing it all.
We're doing it big.
We're doing it all. You just recently went away for a little bit.
Yeah, went to Massachusetts.
Another bachelor party.
Check out the...
Check out the new mully.
Check out the mullet from the side. Shout out Stay Sharp. Shout out my barber Anna. We're out there.
Nah, she killed it today. She even got the nice Johnny Bravo one hair down. All right.
Well, TP, tell me, who do we got on today?
Well, we got a good one today. Today, we have on Mohamed Jabbie, a.k.a. Swank. He is the creator and CEO of Seizor Studios. He's a former D1 athlete, played wide receiver at Rutgers University, played wide receiver at University of Albany. He took his love for fashion and creativity. I mean, I grew up with the guy and always had a knack for fashion and style, and took that and created a luxury clothing brand in Seizor Studios, and can't wait to talk to him today. So, ladies and gentlemen, Mo Jabbie, a.k.a. Swank. Was that good, my guy? That was solid.
You guys got the handshake.
How's it going, bro? That right off to the side. Tate gotta come give love. Act like he ain't never seen no one before.
There we go.
My guy.
What's up, Dougie? Tate's always stealing the show from us.
No, Tate needs at least like a minute once the guest sits down.
But yeah, dude.
How we doing? All right, Tate. There you go. Good boy. Yeah, man.
How y'all doing?
It's been a long time coming. I feel like I heard a lot about
you. Long time coming. I mean, I feel like since like the 5th episode we did, been trying to get him on. I mean, you moved down to Atlanta. Yeah. You used to live in New Jersey. Grew up together.
South Brunswick.
Yes.
We had so many South Brunswick heads on.
So for those who don't know, Mo and I grew up together. Literally one of my closest brothers, and part of the group of entrepreneurs trying to make something out of nothing. And dude's got Seizor Studios right now, as you can see. It just dripped out. Can you talk a little bit about what Seizor Studios is?
So Seizor Studios is a luxury streetwear clothing brand. I started it about like a year and a half ago. It's about to be 2 years coming up. I was in the middle of playing my last year, getting my master's at Albany. It's University of Albany.
Now we know.
Man, cut that, all right?
Albany.
Yo,
damn, Tate. Oh.
See? This guy can't hang.
Yeah,
you're banished.
You're Go at it. But so University of Albany, my bad.
No, you good.
All Great Danes?
Great Danes. Go Danes.
How do I know that?
So I graduated from Rutgers. I played 4 years there. I redshirted my freshman year, and then I was a starter from my redshirt freshman year until I graduated there. I ended up transferring during the last year, during like the year of COVID.
Yeah.
So like I entered the transfer portal right when COVID hit, and it just like went crazy. There was no, I wasn't able to take any visits or anything. It was kind of weird. Like I had to go off of word of mouth of what coaches were saying because like I wasn't able to take any visits, and it's like I have 1 year left. It's not like I'm going into a new school. You know what I'm saying? So I ultimately had to just gamble on myself. So that's why I ended up choosing Albany, because I felt like they showed me the most love out of any school that was talking to me over the phone. So I ran with it, and that was my gut feeling at the time. So I went with it, and it was a great decision that I made. During the time of that happening, it was like during COVID, they pushed the season back. We were supposed to play in the fall. They pushed it back to the spring.
Yeah.
So camp in the fall, like usually the training camp that we have in the summer was now in the fall.
Yeah.
Because we were playing in the spring.
So you basically just had a bunch of extra time.
Yeah,
in a way.
for sure.
Yeah.
So that's when during that time, like, I went to Atlanta, and we were in the process. My family was in the process of moving out in Atlanta, so I went to Atlanta early, and I was with Mo, training with him constantly every day. So during that time, I'm training, I'm getting ready for going into my last year at Albany. And I remember I finally get to Albany. When I get there, we have camp during, like, school, you feel me? So it was like a weird fall camp. And it was COVID, so it was all these different rules. After the first practice, we had one practice. Second practice, I caught COVID.
Oh shit!
Cause it was like that.
Everybody was getting it.
Everybody was going out. So there was like they had to shut parties down. Like there was so many people. Like they were trying. Like in my classes were never online. Like my grad classes were in person, and it was terrible. Like everybody else was online, I was going in person to class. And it sucked, and like we had to sit so far away from each other, and we had to wear a mask constantly, but it was whatever. So during that time I caught COVID, so I wasn't able to play. I was quarantined. Boom, I get from quarantine or whatever. I try to go back into camp to start practice again, like to start working out again. They ended up, like, most of the team caught COVID, so like they shut down the whole fall camp. They're like, yo, we're just gonna wait until the spring. Like we'll wait until we come back. So they suspended all team activities for like all sports. So I'm like, all right, I'm trying to get cleared to go like work out or whatever. So this is right before Thanksgiving. And I go to the doctor, and they gave me an EKG, and when they gave me an EKG, they said my heartbeat is irregular. And like I never went to a heart doctor before like that. You know what I'm saying? Like I think I've had EKG. Yeah, I've definitely had EKGs done to me when I was at Rutgers and stuff. But like, I never, you know what I'm saying? Like I never heard of that. So like, they were like, yeah, you might not, like, we can't clear you right now. You have to go to another doctor, get some more tests. Like,
so it just seemed like almost like sign after sign.
Yeah.
After sign.
So I'm like, what?
And I know it didn't end there too.
It was just
many other things, more injuries to come your way, and
so it was just like, Seizor Studios came to a point where it was like I was stuck with, like, I might not be able to play football anymore.
Yeah,
I was a football player my entire life, and then I always looked at myself like, yo, like I always had great grades. Like anytime when I was in college, I had all academic every year. That, like, when I was at Albany, even when I was at Rutgers, I had all academic, all conference. You know what I'm saying? So it was like, I was always a good student, but I was like, yo, I'm going to the NFL. Like, that's my dream. Like, you know what I'm saying? I was like, my plan B is to make my plan A work. So like one way or another, I'm going. And when they told me like, yo, you can't play right now. Like you have to get more, like you have a regular heartbeat. Like, and I'm like, what the heck? Like I never had this before. So I'm sitting there and I'm like, damn, like life is like extremely stressful for me right now. So I was hanging out with my dad one day, and when we were chilling, I'm looking like up words that look on the dictionary, and you know, swank is my favorite word. So like I was looking up words that start with the letter S, and I'm looking and I see Seizor, and when I click it, it said like to take control, like not to take control, but it was like take possession of like a freehold estate basically. And I was like, take possession, like, and I looked at it as like take control, you know what I'm saying, like taking control of what you have. So I was like, yo, this is it. And I looked at my dad and I'm like, Daddy, this is it.
Yeah.
And he's like, what? And I'm like, yo, I'm gonna start a clothing brand like called Seizor. And I was like, Seizor, like, yeah, like Seizor is tough, but I was like, like Seizor Studios.
Yeah.
So that's how it ended up becoming Seizor Studios.
Can you talk about a little bit like where this love for fashion even came from?
Have you always like dressed like ever since you were a kid? Or?
I mean, ever since like high school came around, you definitely started seeing some some style.
Even when I was a jit, like
younger.
Even when I was a baby, like you can even like my baby pictures, you can know like I was always. My dad only wanted me in Jordans. My dad was like a crazy like.
We don't need to get a picture to put it up on.
He was like my dad only wanted me in Jordans, so like I remember one time my mom bought me the Kobe's, but they were the Adidas Kobe's. My dad was like, nah, he not for real. Like,
No Adidas in this house.
No, like he's wearing only J's. So I was wearing only J's. I was wearing my Ralph Lauren polos, but I was like, yeah, but I was popping it because I was at a time I was like, yeah, like I guess it's fresh, but I wanted to wear like regular, like, but most of my outfits, everything was the Ralph Lauren collared like polo tee. So it was like, bro, I'm about to just start popping it, like popping my collar. So I was rocking it like Kanye, like popping my collar as a youngin', like. And then I get to middle school, my dad has all the kicks. Like I had kicks, but then my dad had like 2001 Concords, like OGs, you know what I'm saying? Like Space Jams, OGs. So like, I'm like, yo.
You gotta get that collection.
Yeah. Like, I'm talking every shoe.
Yeah.
So I'm in middle school at the time, and now I'm finally wearing his size. Like, I'm going that. So I was wearing size 9. He was a 9. So this is when I was wearing size 9 at the time. He had every foam posit, because my dad, he lived in, he was born and raised in Sierra Leone. And then he moved to London. From London, he moved to, when he came to America finally, he lived in Maryland. You feel me? So he had so many different styles. My dad was like,
yeah,
you know what I'm saying? Like, and my mom could dress too. So like, I just kind of took it from them. And I remember, I just used to be always wanting to be the best dressed. Like I always wanted to be the best dressed. Like no matter what it was, like even if I was on the football field, even like, I just was like, yo, I'm gonna be the best dressed. Cause like, it's not even because like it's like a competition thing. It's like because I'm only competing with myself. Like I don't see anytime I step out of bed, I don't, even when I go to sleep, if I'm wearing some clothes, I'm gonna make sure that joint's fresh. You know what I mean? Like if it's some pajamas, it's gonna be a fresh set of pajamas.
Like it feels like your dad really like instilled in you like you can always feel good about yourself and dress nice and present yourself however way you want. Like I mean, we'll even just like run to the store sometimes, but Swank's the best dressed person going.
What were you guys rocking back in the day? Like, was it like?
Oh, I wasn't rocking.
Was it like True? Because I remember Trues were popping back in the day. Like LRG was popping. Like
I was rocking. I was rocking Polo Ralph Lauren. I was rocking Lacoste.
Lacoste was heavy.
Yeah. My dad had me in Nautica. I was rocking Tommy Hilfiger, and then I was taking all his shoes. So I was wearing foam posits. I was wearing Jordans. Damn. I was wearing Jordans and foam posits. Like he had every foam posit. He had not the Galaxies, like that, but like he had the OG Tweeters. He had the Coppers. He had the grapefruits. He had the pine greens. He had he has so many kicks.
I'm already thinking Ben's gonna make a clip of it, and the shoes are just gonna roll right in there.
Yeah, no, for real. So like, I always wanted to be a sneakerhead, just like my pops, and like that's how my dad instilled in me. Like, yo, this is how you express yourself. You know what I'm saying?
I was rocking the K Swisses.
Oh, but then like I got to a point where I wanted to be like on my preppy, like preppy boy,
Abercrombie boy.
I used to had a little like I used to can't roll my jeans sometimes too. I had so many different swags though. Yeah. I had a pair of kicks that I'll never ever say in public, but I did have a pair of these shoes before, and if you know, you know.
Did you have trouble like letting go from being an athlete to kind of fully investing yourself into like creating a clothing brand? And like, do you have any tips for people to let go of like their initial passion to kind of transition into their next step?
And also Mo's uncle, one of the closest people in his life, played in the NFL, so football was like in his it was almost like
in his DNA.
It was the only path, like once he saw it in front of him.
Literally, I'm like, my uncle played 10 years in the NFL, so I'm thinking, well, like, but at the time he wasn't in, like when I'm training and he's training, like he's in the NFL at the time, he's in college, so I'm doing whatever he's doing, so I'm like, yo, like I love it, like this is what I want to do too, because I ultimately fell so in love with football, because that's how me and my uncle were bonding, because Mo lived with me growing up, you know what I'm saying? My parents, my grandmother was back and forth from Africa, so my mom, who is his older sister, and my dad, who is his brother-in-law, they ultimately raised him growing up. So we were like this. Everywhere he went, I was with him. Like we shared the same bed growing up until he went to college.
More so like your big brother.
Yeah, he was like my big brother. So it was more like, yo, I love this because we were bonding through that. And then Mo was also crazy. Like, he was like one of the best football players I've ever seen. He can do everything. He can kick, he could punt, he could.
NFL literally just posted about him yesterday being the most efficient passer in the NFL's history.
Literally.
And he was a wide receiver.
Damn.
So it's like, and he didn't even go to college to play wide receiver. He went to college to play safety. He got switched. True freshman All-American. Like, he was going to the NFL regardless. Like, that was his destiny, you know? So I felt like I was on the same type path because I had the talent as well. I had the effort and I had the blueprint. So I'm like, yo, I'm going to keep going as hard as I want. Like, I'm going to keep going for this. And then the heart thing happened to me, and that's when I finally hit reality. Like, yo, football's not forever, because they told me that I couldn't play anymore. Like, they literally told me I couldn't play anymore.
How'd you take that news initially?
Oh my God, what? It was the hardest time of my life.
Yeah.
Well, at the time it was.
Yeah.
It was like one of the hardest times of my life, because I was like, what?
Yeah.
I've been doing this my whole entire life. Like, how you gonna tell me I can't? Like, out of nowhere, I had COVID, so I'm like, oh, I can't wait till I come back. I can't wait till I come back. I'm feeling great. I'm feeling perfectly fine. Like, nothing. I'm training. I'm like, yo, I'm good. I can't wait. I'm in the crib while I'm really getting after it. Like, for real, because I was like, this was my opportunity to shine. As soon as I get back, they like, wait, you might not be able to train. Like, they told me you can't work out, so you not clear from no activity. It took for like 7 months. I had to go through 3 different MRIs, 3-hour-long MRIs, for them to finally say, like, okay, you're good. Like, you can, like, you're good enough to play.
Yeah.
So, but during that time, that's when I found Seizor, and I was falling more in love with Seizor. Like, that's when my passion, because growing up, I was always making like little editing videos, graphic, like editing stuff. I was always doing that. And then I was always wanted to dress. Like, I always was dressing. So I took, in high school, I took a graphic design class. And then I also took like the VTN class, which was like with the media, like, and learning how to edit and stuff like that.
Yeah, our school had like a television show that would play every morning.
Television network?
Yeah. Literally.
Yeah.
Oh, wait. We talked about this.
Oh, for real?
CJ Hendricks.
Yeah. So, yeah, I was on that, and like, I loved it, like, at the time, but it was just like I was doing it because it was like also easy A's, so I could get to Rutgers, like, so I could get to school, you know what I'm saying? So I'm like, bet, like, I'm about to just take these, like, but then it was like, oh my God, like, what? I might not be able to play no more. I got to figure something out. I'm not about to sit here and sulk and like, but I got to figure something out.
Was there anybody like there for you that was like whether it was Mo or somebody else that was telling you like, it's okay, like,
to let go of football?
Like, it's all right that football might not be the path.
For sure.
And like, what
there was a lot of people.
Like, what were some things that like some like maybe like key words of advice that you were hearing for some people? Because I know a lot of people that listen to this podcast. I mean, any entrepreneur, like, there's times where you have to let go of things. There's times where you need to confide in people and just get a different perspective. Can you remember like some of the things that
helping you get through
that?
I was always told by somebody that like I was always more than a football player. Even though I might have saw myself as that, they always told me like, you're more than a football player. You're a special, like, you're going to be successful one way or another. So at the time I wasn't really believing it, but like that always stuck by me because I knew like I'm going to be successful one way or another. Like, I have to go get it one way or another.
Like, you're Swank. You're not the
like,
football player
I'm
Swank.
not the football player Swank. Like, I'm Swank. Like, I've built my own brand since a kid. You know what I'm saying? And that's what it's about. You got to build your own brand because at the end of the day, you only have yourself. So you got to make sure, yes, you have other people around that you're supporting, but you have to build your brand to make sure if you don't have a good brand, you're going to make the other person else in your group look bad because they're going to be like, why is you rolling with someone that's not like, you know what I'm saying, not on top of his stuff? Like, what? You know what I'm saying? So you got to you got to make sure you're on top of everything that you're doing every single day because you only get one of these lives.
Yeah.
One way or another, you know what I'm saying? I lost my best friend and I went to sleep. I talked to him. I went to sleep. I woke up. He's no longer here. You know what I'm saying? So that's something that like it instilled, like, it hit me like reality, like, yo, you got to take advantage of every single second. Not every single day, you have to take advantage of every single second, because that's the most because you don't know when, you ultimately don't know. So it's just like, you just got to keep going and just keep taking control of every single opportunity that you have in front of you. And don't worry about the uncontrollables. Don't worry about what you can't control. Worry about what's in front of you, in front of your path. Because if you can overcome every obstacle that you have in front of you, that you can control, you're going to be successful. And no matter what it is, it doesn't have to be what you think you're doing. It doesn't have to be your day job. It could be something else that you're doing on the side. It could be anything. Even if it is your day job, even if you are even if you're the manager of McDonald's, you have to wake up every day to be like, yo, I'm going to be the best manager ever. I'm going to make sure everybody in my camp is taken care of. I'm going to make sure that every order is taken care of, because that's how you have to move. You have to move with precision. You know what I'm saying?
Do you remember like the early days when you first started? Did you kind of have like a game plan, or like what was your kind of mental going into it at first?
Like when you realize that, all right, Seizor, we're going to go on this path.
I was still in football and I was still in grad school. I knew it took over when, instead of me paying as much attention as I was in school, I was graphic designing, graphic designing stuff. And I'm like, at first I was only making hats. You know what I'm saying? Then I start studying the ones that I looked up to. You know what I'm saying? Studying the ones that I looked up to in a fashion sense. So I'm like, yo, it's way more than this. Like, and I can be way beyond what I think I'm capable of. Like, let me not sell myself short. That's when I start studying different fabrics and studying how to actually like put together, cut and sew, and knowing what measurements fit to make what look a certain type of way. Like, so I'm like, yo, it's not just me gonna put something on a Gildan tee. Like, I'm not putting out anything else unless I'm putting out a piece of fabric. Once you put it on, you're like, oh my God, this is the best thing I've ever felt. The graphic design could be the best ever, but I want to make sure it's not just on no regular, I need to make sure that it's also the best quality. Because growing up, I always wanted the best quality, even if it was fresh.
Do you remember like the early designs back in the day? And like you talk about some of the early designs?
I do. I went through like 3 different laptops, like also a Klutz, and like sometimes I'm working on that. Love you, mommy. I'm working on that. So like sometimes I'm also a Klutz. So I went through like 3 different laptops while I started this, and I've lost like some of my early designs were like some of my craziest designs, because like I was just doing whatever. But like it is what it is. Like I lost them and scratch it, or what else? Like now that like I had to know, like, okay, I have to have a hard drive so I can never lose any of that stuff. Like, Tom has been telling me that, but it took 3 laptops later until me to ultimately understand, like, damn, bro, everything is really gone. I'm talking to Tom. I remember I called Tom one day. I'm like, yo, like, yeah, bro, all this stuff is lost. And he's like, well, like that the hard drive, you know what I'm saying? Because he has one, so like he knows. So it's like, damn. Yeah. But yeah, actually, like some of my early designs were like, I loved it. And I still love it. And that's what made me kept. That's what makes me keep going more and more every day, because like that's my therapy session when I'm graphic designing, and when I'm putting like studying and doing different pieces, when I'm working. Yeah. That's when I feel like, that's why I'm always working. Like, people don't, like, if you don't know, like I'm always working, like regardless. Even if I'm on my phone, like I'm editing stuff on my phone. Like I can graphic design on my phone. Like I'm always working. So it's just like one way or another.
Can you talk a little bit about the side of obviously, like we're all in a job that we love. You know what I mean? Someone asks us what we do. If we love what we do, I love what I do. There's also things that you love that it comes with other things that you have to learn to love, or you know what I mean? Like I remember when I started off here, the thing that brought me down was like talking business, like talking numbers, being confident with that, like having like actual like business conversation. I shot away from it because I was just like, I just want to be creative. I just want to create, like, and hope everything else works. For you, you remember like some of those things that you came to like a point in the road of like, all right, like it's gonna come with it, so we got to learn to love it.
Yes. I know exactly. Like, at first I was always thinking about is creating pieces, but it's like, nah, you got to be more than that. Like, that's why I've said, like, you got to build your brand. Like, you have to really build your brand. It's not just like having like dope swaggy pieces.
Yeah.
Like, it has to actually mean something. You have to make people actually want to invest in you and want to be a part of your journey far beyond like whatever you're making. You know what I'm saying? You have to actually build like a connection with people. Mm-hmm. And that's what I had to learn to realize. Like, I was at a crossroads where I'm like, at a time I'm like, dang, like I have these fire pieces, like what's going on? But like, I had to realize like, yo, you got to build your brand. Like, you got to make sure you're on top of everything, not just making pieces. You got to be a boss. Like, ultimately you have to be a boss. And when I say a boss, like, you have to make sure you're on top of every situation that you have in front of you. So like, you got to make sure you're on top of all your orders. You got to make sure you're on top of your social media. You got to make sure you're on top of your marketing. You got to make sure you're on top of your designs. You got to make sure you're on top of your garments. You have to make sure you're on top of when you want to put something out. Or like one thing that I'm lacking and I'm still trying to get up on is like the social media aspect of it. You have to learn like, all right, what are your weaknesses? Like, if I have weaknesses, like something that you guys had him on the show before, Dante Strickland, my best friend, he taught me like, I got a whiteboard. So when I get on the whiteboard, I write all the stuff that I have to do, like to-do lists, and I make sure I have a little checkbox. And when I finish it, I write it off. And then like when I finally finish everything that I have to do in that checkbox, I wipe it all off and then redo it again, because it's like, you got to make sure. And then you got to build a team as well. Like, you can't do this alone. Like, you're not in this alone. Like, find the ones that you trust and find the ones that you feel that have the same exact desire and inspiration as you to be successful in whatever they do. They don't have to do the same thing as you. You know what I'm saying? Like, but as long as have that desire to be an alpha and be a part of what, like, that journey, like, you got to fall in love with the process. You can't just, I want it. Like, no, you have to actually fall in love with the process, because at the end of the day, the work that you put in, the results they're always going to show.
Yeah.
So. How did you initially get the word out about the brand?
Instagram.
Yeah.
So like, me like being blessed to be able to be an athlete, like Division I athlete, me being able to know the people that I know and the networking that I have, like, I've been fortunate enough to be able to have people that support me that are like people of status, you know what I'm saying? So they've also helped me grow my brand as well. People that actually like care about me in a deep sense, but they have like influence in the like around the world, you know what I'm saying? Whether it's NFL guys or like baseball guys or like different, you know, rappers or whatever it is, you know what I'm saying? Like, they've invested in me enough, like they bought, like invested in me as in like they bought clothing and they've worn and they've shown it off, or they posted it or something, or they've tagged me, whether it is, and that's ultimately grown my brand like to be what it is. And that's why I got to continue to like build it, because I want the world to see this, you know what I'm saying? I want to continue to get the world to see this, because it's something special, and I know it's going to be I know it, like, it's destined already for me. Like, I've seen it many of times. Like, it's destined. So like, it's just a matter of me continue to put the work in every single day, and stack. You got to be 1% better than you are than yesterday. So that's just how I focus on it, because I know it's gonna come. Whether how long it takes, I just got to keep that same hunger and that same drive, and just I have to be the best in everything you have to do. And yeah, it comes with like, there's a lot of stressful things that come with it. Yeah, you might be arguing yourself like, dang, I didn't get, but like, at the end of the day, you just relax. Because at the end of the day, you're blessed to be on this earth living, to do what you're doing. You know what I'm saying?
Definitely.
So that's how I look at it.
So now can we talk a little bit about like the content end of things and how that's been for you, like putting out content, how you've wanted to express the brand and the look that you wanted to go for with content? Well, no, I
You
mean,
gonna wear a hat?
oh, well,
Yeah, there's some content right now. That's how we do some content. This is a reversible hoodie that I'm dropping in the fall winter. You talking about content, right?
Oh shit.
You gotta teach me.
Oh shit.
There's some little content, you feel me? So it's reversible. You want to rock it for the rest of the cast? Come on, what color you want, Tom?
give me the black one.
Black one?
Black one. Do I rock white or do I rock brown? I'm rocking white.
Yes, whatever. You could flip it however you want to. Okay, you could go back to your question.
But like your how we looking?
Yeah, I like
It was
it.
good.
Yeah.
What so for like on the yeah,
You see me?
there's a little
Yeah,
that-
the flip.
I like it. I like the flip. You see, there's different ways you could wear it. You feel me?
Yeah.
Different ways you want to wear it. You could go.
but like the
you know, flip it? Or my, the faux hawk is fucking.
No,
Nah, I like it.
We're in here.
Keep it going.
The content end of things, like, you know, like obviously you talk about like building the proper team, like people like you're like us, like you're still at the ground level of things, like really like the ground level, meaning there's so much to conquer.
Like,
So much potential.
You know what I
too
mean?
much.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Like too much.
I mean, honestly, like everyone can always still be at the ground level in some sense.
Exactly.
But so when you go about like building a team and then like want to start like creating content and stuff like that, like what were you looking for and what were you trying to? We're gonna act like we don't know each other for a second. Like I don't know the answers to all
Yeah,
this.
let's say like, yeah, what's like the artistic direction essentially?
Joe, you asked this
Yeah.
question.
So like, what do you see? Is it more like a grunge feel? Is it more like, how would you describe like the artistic direction in terms of like content?
And like how much content you wanted to put out.
Honestly, I'm still building. Like, I'm still trying to learn on the content aspect of things. And it's just funny how Thomas asked me that question because ultimately, like, I want you to run all of my content and I want you to be able to be that person that, like, you're doing all of that.
Yeah.
Like, you know, you're focusing on that where I don't have to worry about it because you're special at that. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
So that's why I feel like I always come to you because I know, like, in a content aspect, you're going to have that eye, whether it's like me and you, when we collide, we have great, brilliant, like any project that we've done, I feel like it's always been the best project. Like, I'm like, oh, this is the best. And then next thing, oh, man, this is the best. And then next thing, oh, man, this is the best. It's like, so like, it's only going to keep elevating. So
Yeah.
like, I feel like in an aspect of things, like the content has helped my brand so much. So I appreciate you in ways that you can't even imagine, bro, because you've helped bring success to my brand in ways that if I tried with an iPhone and, like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
so
yeah.
like, I really appreciate you on that aspect. So like,
Bro.
content wise, you're the man. Like, and I don't want you to ever stop being the man. Like, you're that dude, bro. So
Appreciate
like,
you, bro.
content wise, like, I'm gonna continue to try to figure out how to better it, and I know anytime I go to you, you're gonna help me better it in an aspect. So
Mhm.
we just got to keep putting out crazy content, and that's
Yeah.
just how it's gonna be.
Yeah, I mean, like
How would you describe the content? And how long have you guys been working together in terms of content?
ever since you started,
Ever
up
since I
season.
started,
Was he
I mean,
good
like,
when he first started?
everything he's done, I've always thought he's been.
What was that?
great.
And like
Really.
when Swank started Seizor, and like even for like Tay, like I had already had like 2 years of going towards like photography and stuff. So they weren't so much like my test dummies, but almost like what I learned in that first 2 years, I was able to start applying to like their stuff. Like I felt like I was at a point to offer like help and assistance, whether it was like telling them how to shoot something on their phone or just doing it myself. But I would describe our content for Seizor as like a very luxury streetwear feel. You know, like while I'm talking about it, we can put some stuff up on the screen, but very like cinematic and raw.
Yeah, sure.
Nothing too like vibrant that pops too much.
We let the work speak for us.
Yeah, like luckily we've, our last shoot, we were able to work with some great models and different environments. But I think that's the case. That Seizor doesn't have one looking set. It doesn't have just like one look to it. You could shoot Seizor on the 70s set. You could shoot Seizor on the modern set. You can put Seizor in the ocean. You know what I mean? So I think there's no like limitation on anything, and even like a bad picture sometimes, like we might put it in the Photoshop and I just mess around and something crazy comes about it, because there's no like we got to fit inside this box. We can kind of do whatever in a sense, and I think each time it's just like the look evolves, it becomes more like more set in stone. But that's sort of how I look at it. It is luxury streetwear. So like, you know, when we click on it, like obviously we work with luxury athletic wear brands, and when we do that, it's a different look. Like you know what I mean? Like
and that's what helped. We went on a luxury athletic shoot the other day, and TB was posing everyone, knowing exactly what to get, and kind of took charge on that shoot. So I feel like all the clothing stuff kind of
I mean, like the first time, I mean, we can even shout it back to AK.
Shout out AK one time.
Shout out AK.
Vikings forever.
Yeah.
What it is. SB.
Like when I started to direct him and he wanted me to be his camera guy, I'd be standing there behind the camera and would have ideas, and he would see it and I wouldn't say anything. Or you'd say something with a lack of confidence because you're unsure of how someone's going to feel about it. Yeah. So it took embarrassment sometimes. I've been on shoots with people I don't talk to anymore. I look back, I could have handled this different, but it is what it is. Like, it got me to this point. So when you are working with, like, you got to kind of get better each time and learn, like, every individual. It's just like, sometimes people just call them up, hey, can you be here and put on some clothes for me? Not knowing what they're walking into. There's lights, there's cameras, there's someone directing them. They have one idea in their head. You're trying to get your idea out to them.
Yeah.
So it's really just like walking them through it, trying to understand like uncertainties a model might have if you're doing a shoot where you kind of just got to keep going, don't have too much time to show every shot to people. But yeah, it's not, you know, even when we were on our shoot, I was already a few shoots deep of shooting with models, but you encounter new things. Every new company comes with a new, you know, some sort of creative director on their end that you gotta kind of like, you gotta try to bend and fit what they want, and also be realistic and know that at the end of the day, like, I spend every single day learning new shots, learning from past mistakes. I'm talking to models, so it's just constant with everything, like with what you do for the business, with what he does for his. Tay, if y'all didn't know, Top Dog Training, sitting over in the camera right now.
Shout out one time.
But yeah, it you know, it's not easy to communicate with people.
Yeah.
Like right now we're looking for a sales associate, and the main thing we're looking for is like, can you be personable?
Can you talk to people? And
it's tough. Like, you don't know. Like, we're doing these kind of like one-off interviews, and it's a learning process. You know what I mean? This is like our. I mean,
it'll be like 3 more interviews today.
Yeah, we did 4 yesterday. We're doing 3 more today. But like, this is like, you know, we interviewed Ben, we interviewed Mike. This is like the first time where it's like we have like just as many interviews as we want to. Like, today he was like, yo, like, pick from this long list of people like 2 more, because we really can't, like, the more people you interview, it's a lot are going to get like lost in translation. You're not going to know, like, wait, who was the first person again? What did they bring to the table? No, damn, we forgot. And then you bring someone in, you like, oh no, that was that person. But
quick side note for the future: who do we all think is going to get the job? Ben, you go first.
Well, we still got 3 more
names.
Yeah, but
I'm just out of the 4 we've done.
Yeah,
I'm probably leaning to the Ben.
That was the first person we interviewed too. He was just like the most.
Ben, if you're watching this,
like,
you don't get
everyone.
Sorry.
Like, we interviewed 2 people. We interviewed 3 after him. There was 2 though that personality wise, we were like, okay, that's what they're fighting with Ben for. Ben didn't really like convey too much, like, yeah, I'm chill and personable, and like I can then just like kind of chill back but also be serious about things. which is like kind of what you want. You don't want someone to always like be too cookie cutter.
Facts.
You know what I mean? Like it's creating relationships, not just selling things.
Yeah, we need some flavor.
You know what I mean? Exactly. Like you see this guy over here, the whole bottle of adobo seasoning.
Flavor.
But yeah, so
It's always about the flavor.
yeah, man. Just like you, like we're over here trying to still like get people. You know, we've
Trying to get people behind our.
we've obviously had a lot of success and we're growing rapidly, but we still tell people like, yeah, we worked with all these brands. We're still at the ground level in terms of how we view things.
Yeah,
For
So like
sure.
we're moving into another space. All right, we're at a new ground level.
literally. Yeah, actually,
You're
we're
drunk.
below ground level.
Honestly, you're gonna love it. You're gonna love it. Like
Spot.
if we do like a late night shoot there, bruh, it's gonna feel like you're going down into some creative zone, and it's gonna be. We're gonna be offering like product shots. We're gonna be offering so much more, and the space is bigger too. But
I'm gonna be there.
And
but yeah, man.
it's awesome to see like being able for us to grow, how you're gonna help out like all your friends, how we're gonna be able to help out all of our clients. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
And
I mean that's what it's about.
You know?
Like, that's what we do.
And that's why we're moving down there too. So
Yeah.
it's, like, really
But-
being part of the community.
But yeah, man. So now we're headed. I know 2023 so far has been pretty big for Seizor Studios.
For sure.
Like you've had a pretty direct vision. You've had apparel already laid out, ready to go. We've done a shoot here already. We did a shoot over in Jersey City. That went great, and we still have so much we've shot. And you know what I mean? We have secret meetups we've done with NFL players. We have so much stuff that can be released in the future.
Literally.
We can
just
hold on to
sitting,
it
just
forever.
Waiting.
But going into the second half of, I'm glad we had you on kind of like halfway through to 2023. What does the rest of 2023 and the future hold for Seizor Studios?
Fall winter collection is gonna be the best collection yet.
Yeah.
But I have so much more left. But it's gonna be the best collection yet.
Yeah.
Like every single piece is going to be one of those pieces.
Mhm.
Like, and I'm gonna make sure that it gets out there.
Yeah.
We got to do a
You know what I'm
fashion
saying?
show.
I want to.
We should.
Yeah.
I'm
Well, so for those who don't know, if you want to announce real quick, you're gonna be at an expo down in
Yes.
Atlanta?
July 23rd. I have Atlanta streetwear pop up. Atlanta streetwear market pop up. I got approved to be a vendor there, so I'm gonna be there July 23rd from 1 p.m. to 9 p.m. I'm gonna be having some crazy gear over there, and then I'm gonna have some stuff from the fall winter collection. I might just have all of the fall winter collection.
How many pieces is it?
Fall winter collection. So all these beanies, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
the big pieces. Like,
Reversible.
Don't give it all away.
please tell me we got the varsity.
Yes,
jackets.
and and both of those varsity jackets.
Hey.
This is
We
good.
got two. Yeah. We got 2 varsity jackets. Crazy.
Already shot them.
Already shot them. Crazy. Like crazy. And I got a long sleeve coming out.
So some more in the chamber that
Yeah,
hasn't
just some
been
more.
talked about.
I'm not going to tell the rest.
Every day, you never know what's gonna be created.
Literally, one day I might make something today. I'm like, yeah, I'm dropping
Yeah.
this in the fall winter. That's just how I am. That's the type of
Yeah.
like I'm gonna do what I want. So I'm gonna like,
And
Yeah.
that's a good thing about what you do. It's a blank canvas every single day.
literally.
Like, yeah, you already got things made, but each day it's
I can
like
scrap-
you can create
you
whatever.
might not I might not even put this. I might not even put the whole thing out. Like you guys.
You guys might not even be privileged enough
Yeah.
to get it.
Like they'll be like, wait, I thought you said you were dropping this in the fall winter. It might not even be in. I might not even drop it because there might be tomorrow. I might just have I might have an epiphany and like, yo,
Yeah.
I'm doing something whole new. Like I'm about to
Yeah.
make suits.
One more thing I want to touch on before kind of like backtrack a little bit. So as a luxury streetwear brand and a somewhat new to the, now you're starting to really like break into being like a more known brand in certain areas. And we've talked about it before. People come to you, oh man, like I want to wear your stuff, but I might be a little too expensive for my liking. Or like, can you do something for me? You obviously like I know why. You know what I mean? Things are priced the way they are. The time you put into things, like it's not just what it costs for a piece of material and that, but the time and creativity that goes in and the uniqueness in each shirt. But how did you gain that confidence of being like, you know what? My prices are going to be my prices. You don't got to like them. You don't got to wear my stuff. But these are my prices, and it's because we're giving out unique and great quality pieces of clothing. But I know, like, for us in an industry where your price can be whatever you make it,
I still complain about it.
Yeah. How did you kind of come to terms with the road you wanted to go on and picking your confidence for that?
I felt like, so my price always bases off of,
and I only ask this for other people in the
For
industry and for the people that judge books by its cover.
exactly. So my price bases off the cost of the material. I don't put anything cheap. Like, anything Seizor Studios will not be cheap material, like, at all. When you put it on, you're gonna know, okay, like, that's what I'm saying. So, like, yeah, it might look different. It might look like a regular t-shirt online, but when any customer that has ever bought Seizor Studios and they've came to me and they've told me afterwards, they've always told me, like, yo, your material is crazy, like, your quality is crazy, because I don't play around with that. You know what I'm saying? That's one thing that I'm gonna stand by forever. Like, no matter how much it costs, whatever the best quality of whatever it is, I'm gonna make it that, and then from there we'll go. Because I've had people that make millions and millions of dollars tell me on my phone, like, yo, this is my favorite fitting t-shirt. This is my favorite quality t-shirt that I have in my closet. And they have closets and closets and closets of clothes. You know what I'm saying? So when I hear stuff like that, and it's not just one person, this is multiple people telling me this. Yeah. So, like, regardless of, and it's people that, like, they might not even have enough to, you know what I'm saying? But they make it happen, you know? And I appreciate that. Like, I'm not sitting here saying, like, oh, my price is my price, but it's like,
but it's the same way as I'm not walking into Rolex and asking for a deal on that $20,000 watch.
Exactly.
And that's what changed. I mean, I used to talk to Tay about this, you about this. Like, someone wants a video, it's a luxury to be able to afford that video.
Exactly.
You have to build your business or just grind hard for, if you want something personal, you know what I mean? Like, to just make that happen. And it's the same way. Like, I remember when I was a kid, I couldn't afford a pair of shoes. Worked my butt off to be able to afford those pairs of shoes.
Exactly. So, like, you gonna work for what you want to go get. And I'm not saying, like, oh, I'm gonna work for Seizor. Nah, it's not like that. But I'm saying, like, regardless, you're gonna go, like, when you gonna go get something, you gonna go get it.
Yeah.
And that's what has been instilled within me, and, like, from my family, from the people that I surround myself with, from my brothers, my sisters, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, everyone that's in my group, in my core, like, I gotta go get it one way or another, so I'm gonna make it happen.
Yeah, and what's good too, it's like, you're not just, like, you're even in the delivery of things, like the bag he puts the shirt in, the note he looks, the packaging, the note he puts in there, the stickers he'll give. Like, it's not just, you're not just getting the shirt, but feeling like you're now part of the Seizor family. Literally. You can now rep these, you can put it on, you know what I mean? That maybe you couldn't, you know, get 2 shirts, but now you give a little sticker to the kid, and then he's looking up to Seizor, and then in the future, you know what I mean? Oh, what we got on the Santa bag.
Tote bag, Seizor tote. I might drop this in the spring. Since we talking about it, I got, if y'all want to look.
Oh shit! You got the samples.
Yeah, these are some of my
He might need to do our next shirts.
Oh, I'll do this.
So these are, like, some of my fabrics.
Oh shit! That's flat. That's full.
So, like, I picked these from scratch.
That's cool. It's crazy because, like, the last person we had on runs, like, one of the biggest koi fish companies in the world.
Koi fish?
Yep.
Okay.
And, like,
I was just talking about.
He just sold the koi fish to Shaq.
About koi pond.
But it's the same way. Like, the care you got to go into, like, finding the right material. He was telling us how he was he went to Japan, like, once every other month to go, you know
Find
what I mean?
a koi fish, right?
So, yeah. And
'Cause
that's,
they the best koi fish, huh?
yep.
Exactly. If you want to go find the best quality clothing, come to Seizor Studios. That's what you're going to get. You're going to pay for it, but I promise you, when you put it on, you'll be like, oh, yeah.
He's always rocking it on shoes too.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And he be looking fresh and cozy. I already know. He fresh and he be cozy.
That's a perfect way to get into rapid fire.
Uh,
So we about to just start just throwing random questions. Some going to be, you know, do with some fashion. Some might just be random as hell. So, Joe, you want to start it off?
Favorite designer?
Virgil or Luigi?
R.I.P.
Yes, R.I.P. Virgil or Luigi for sure. Because I used to love Rude. Like, I still wear Rude now.
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I like to wear like Seizor Studios and any of my people's stuff. But favorite designer, me. But then besides that is Luigi or Virgil for sure.
Favorite pair of shoes you have right now?
I wear them every day. My Ben and Jerry Dunks. I'm not wearing them today, but my Ben and Jerry Dunks.
Benny.
Ben. So you said favorite designer, but do you have like I see you got like the cool Kai's on. Do you have a favorite independent designer like that?
Yeah, Kai
Kai?
for sure.
Yeah.
Cool Kai go crazy, and he from Jersey.
Was just featured on Complex too.
He was.
He was in
Of course, Ben knows.
Dana White's closet.
Look at that.
Yeah.
Perfect. That's amazing. I didn't even know that.
Talk to this
Shout out
guy.
to Kai for real. Jersey made. We follow each other on Instagram. He a good dude, like for real.
Oh, yeah.
He be posting like very inspirational stuff. I
That's
watch.
what's up.
I like him a lot
That's
for
what's
sure.
Would you design a sneaker?
If I get to that point, yeah, I would, because I know I'll make it the freshest sneaker.
Yeah.
If I wanted to design a sneaker, I would do a collab with Kai.
Yeah. Oh, that was your rapid fire? Most memorable place you visit, like whether it was like anywhere or favorite.
Favorite? Bahamas.
Follow up. Was there a place you went to that you like you think back to or like pull some creativity from?
Where I pull some creativity
Like
from?
you went to
Yes,
like
right
London,
here.
right?
Ooh.
That's what
London
I was
was
thinking.
definitely London was definitely, besides Bahamas, no, London actually trumped. Yeah, London, because I went to England. I went to London. I went to Southampton. I went to Manchester, and I went to Birmingham, and I went to Liverpool, and I visited the Liverpool whole facility, stadium tour. Crazy, amazing. Yeah, definitely. The second question that you just asked.
Yeah.
Yes, when I went to the Atlanta, the NASCAR, I had VIP. Shout out to my big brother Herm. He owns Roadshow International.
Yeah.
Craziest cars ever. He go crazy. Best.
So-
Literally like West Coast, like best. Like he like the GTA, like what's this called?
Nah, yeah, West Coast Custom.
Yeah, West Coast. He like
Nah, he really is. He does like
Yeah.
little babies.
like everything. He go crazy. Like I want y'all to
It's like-
show. Like I'm gonna send y'all
Yeah.
pics, and I want y'all to show it.
And make
like, while
Pimp
I'm
Your
talking
Ride
about
look
it.
like
No, for real, cause
like
y'all
your tricycle.
for real, like he go crazy. So VIP.
Yeah.
We had I was on like the NASCAR thing, like by the pit, like and
Yeah.
everything, while they redoing the tires and all of that. That's where I got the idea of that OG race
Yeah,
T-shirt.
they seen it
My
on
fir-
here.
yeah. My first ever T-shirt that I put out. That's where I got the idea from.
Benjamin?
Best Jordan model.
Fours.
Force.
Your favorite piece you've ever created?
Red varsity jacket that I'm about to put out.
Yeah, no, that thing is cold.
Crazy.
Favorite food or favorite dish?
Favorite
I know your
dish? I'm
grandma
gonna have to
throws
go
it down.
grandma's
Yeah.
food every time. I'm gonna go cassava leaf.
Yeah.
You might have to give me some jollof. You want some fufu? What we doing? We can keep going. My mom's pancakes. What
Yeah.
we doing? My dad's pepper chicken too. What we talking about? Jerk
Make
my
your
dad.
eyes
Come
water.
on. You. I don't play it on my stomach.
Oh yeah, this boy can eat.
Yeah, for sure.
Overrated fashion trend.
Sagging pants. I guess that's a fashion trend.
Baper Supreme.
Vapor Supreme all day. What?
Underrated fashion trend.
Underrated fashion trend? Not matching.
What's overrated streetwear brand? Benny?
Overrated?
Yeah,
You
man, what do you
answer that
think?
one.
V-Lone.
Don't want to answer.
V-Lone for sure. Yeah.
Next question.
Is that what you were gonna say?
Nah, I
No.
don't got one.
Okay.
No shade anywhere.
Yeah, no.
I show love to all, because
God
ain't no-
forbid.
ain't no beef with no streetwear brands.
Nah,
I think
Joe,
they
Joe,
all got their own hustle.
Joe always has a question.
Yeah.
The controversial.
Like someone's.
I also fucking hate
person.
antisocial. Fuck off, antisocial. Never ship the fucking shit. Huh?
Didn't you just thread something today for the first time?
Yeah, I said fuck nobles. Do you know what nobles are?
No.
They're like workout shoes.
For real?
Yeah.
Oh wait, I knew you were talking about Nobull. Yeah.
Yeah. But
My girl always wears them. I always clown on her for it.
what's one piece of advice you would give to your younger self?
My younger self,
Yep.
keep being Swank
Where can the people find out more about you?
here on this podcast.
Like social handles.
Oh,
Just tune into the podcast.
at Swank1, SWANK1. Then we got, that's on Instagram. Then we got at Seizor Studios. That's on everything. Yeah, that's it, right? Yeah, TikTok. I'm on TikTok. I don't be doing no dances, but I'm on TikTok. It's called my TikTok Swank the One, but the number one, not the one, but like the number one.
And stay tuned out for both his personal and business account because he'll drop things on his personal
And Seizor Spam.
and Seizor spam. And
For sure.
if you drop him a DM saying you guys really like something, he might
You might have to drop
surprise you real quick and drop it.
Yeah,
So
telling you.
so continue to show love.
More
Continue to
tune on your head
let,
top.
Let them know. Keep reaching out and let them know how much you guys love the product and what you want. And
Oh wait, I got a second. I'll be right back. Chop it out for 1 minute.
You know Dybbuk?
Hmm?
You know Dybbuk? The shoe, like they do like dunks almost. They look like
I
Nike
gotta
dunks.
see. Show me now.
Then I give you. Got an MXM.
Ooh, yeah, I like this. Okay,
Benny designed that.
you designed this?
Oh yeah.
I like this.
so
Playing in the
I
front.
have some
Oh, wait, what is it saying?
Salty guests.
Oh yeah, this is hard. Carhartt joint too. Yeah,
I'm no
need
designer
this.
though. I'm no designer.
I need this. Thank you.
Damn.
Appreciate y'all. Thank y'all for having me.
Damn, now
If you wanna leave us on a quote?
so obligated to give something to say now soon.
We're gonna have to. We give you another, but we only have one XL.
You can wear mine whenever you want, bro. You guys share that one.
And if you want to leave, Tate, dude, chill.
Dude.
I know it tastes soon.
And if you want to leave us off with a quote to that camera,
A quote.
Could be original, could be one you heard.
Dude.
Time is money, so don't waste your time, cause you're gonna be wasting money.
Swank everybody.
Seizor Studios.